Welcome to Grand Avenue's 60-second Moving Up ceremony. Thank you all for joining us for this most wonderful occasion. For those of you who do not know me, I'm Chris Riccardi and I'm the 8th grade assistant principal. It is my honor to introduce the class of 2020 and their teachers. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to this republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I would now like to introduce Jacqueline Dobbs for her rendition of the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
At this time, I'm proud to introduce the principal of Grand Avenue Middle School, Mr. Carlo Conti.
Welcome once again to the 2020 Grand Avenue Middle School Moving Up ceremony. Before I begin with my remarks, I would like to thank the Board of Education for their countless hours spent supporting our kids. I would also like to thank Mr. DiTomaso and the entire Central Office Administration for their leadership, guidance, and support each and every year. Finally, I would like to thank the Grand Avenue administrative team, faculty, and staff for their unwavering support and dedication to our students each and every day. But most of all, today's recognition belongs to the class of 2020. It is truly an honor to be a small part of this special day for you, your families, and your friends. You could not have reached this milestone without their support, encouragement, guidance, and love each and every day. At some point today, I would suggest our graduates take a moment and reach out to a teacher or family member that has influenced them and thank them. At this time, I would like to address the remainder of my remarks specifically to our students. To be honest, I've had the hardest time coming up with my topic or theme for this year's Moving Up ceremony. You would think that this year would actually be the easiest with all that's going on in the world. But the fact of the matter is, I, like many of you, am a little overwhelmed. Since I consider myself to be a pretty strong person, it isn't easy to actually say that. But the fact of the matter is, we are all consumed with a pandemic, social distancing, missing our friends, and a whole host of issues pertaining to civil unrest. And yet those things are not what have brought me down. What has affected me most is closing the doors to Grand Avenue Middle School on March 13th. And realizing that that has given me my focus for this year's speech. You see, it is you guys that give me the fuel to continue every day. Seeing you each day in the hallways, in classrooms, and all over the building seems to give me a sense of strength. I don't think I could ever really took the time out to figure out why that was, because all I knew was seeing you made me a better person. But now, in your absence, I've had the time to truly figure it out. My strength comes from the power you possess and may not even realize yet. My strength comes from your relentless, inquisitive nature, asking questions about everything around you, even when those questions are simply things you are pondering in your mind. My strength comes from the power you have to change the world around you as you seek the answers to those questions. My strength comes from the hope and promise that you can exceed the expectations and achievements of the generations before you. So, as you transition to high school and beyond, I challenge you to never underestimate your potential. Never shy away from something new or something difficult. Never settle for anything less than your very best. To paraphrase Mahatma Gandhi, you truly have the power to be the change you want to see in this world. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today is an important day for you, as you are the class of 2020 of Grand Avenue Middle School. First off, I would like to thank Mr. Conti and the entire Grand Avenue staff for giving me the opportunity to speak to you today. I would also like to thank Mr. Gomez for selecting me to give a speech at your Moving Up Day. It is such an honor. Not too long ago, I was sitting in your seats, worrying about becoming a high school student. The questions that came to mind were, will my locker open? Will I have friends? How will I get involved? And will I get accepted into college? 4 years later, I can tell you that high school has truly been the best years of my life. I know this is a generic statement, but my locker opened, I got involved in numerous activities, I got into college, I made a bunch of friends, and most importantly, grew tremendously as an individual. When I was asked to speak to all of you, it made me reflect on what high school in Belmore Merrick has offered me, and the significant role it's played in my development. My family has been in the district for generations. My grandparents, aunts, uncles, and mother are all graduates of this district. I knew the opportunities that were offered to me. However, like most middle school students, I didn't know what my true passion was and what I really wanted to do in the future. Since I had always played sports my entire life, I chose to get involved and play football at Grand Avenue. The football program ultimately changed my life. This program, along with numerous other classes and activities, gave me a platform to get involved in my community and strengthen my character. I have learned that sometimes things might not turn out as you expect, but perseverance is key. The support of family, your school, and community make you strive to reach your fullest potential. During my freshman year at Mepham, former Giants player Jean-Paul Gonzalez came to speak to my teammates and I about his mantra. After listening to him, it made me change the way I did everything. His mantra was about being all in, meaning no one should give anything less than 100% no matter what they are doing. After he came to speak to us, his words continued to resonate with me. From that point on, it gave me focus, and my goal was to put everything I had into school, sports, and community service. I wanted to be the best form of myself that I possibly could be. I also worked as hard as I could to set myself up for success. To help maximize your high school experience, my advice would be not to be afraid to put yourself out there. Try new things, take a chance, and get involved. Whether it's a club or sport, it doesn't matter. This allows for you to meet new people, find new interests, collaborate with others. You'll be able to bond and make new friends that could last a lifetime. Also, get involved in your school. Don't be afraid to show who you are. The support of family, your school community, make you strive to reach your fullest potential. I have made so many friends over the last 4 years, and those bonds will last forever. As you move up today, get excited for what lays ahead of you. Another key to a successful high school experience is to give back to your community. A very long time ago, a man named Mahatma Gandhi once said, "Be the change you want to see in the world." I have heard students say get involved because it looks good on your college resume. However, community service is a great way to appreciate what you have and the community which has supported you. Service really helps to open up your mind and become aware of your surroundings. Luckily for all of you, Belmar Merrick is amazing at providing the opportunity to help others, not only in your town, but in the global community. For example, last year, Calhoun hosted a Belmar Merrick Challenge Day. This event provided students with special needs the opportunity to participate in a field day. During this event, I met a boy named Henry who had Down syndrome. After spending the day together, it made me realize how lucky I am to be in a district that supports events like this. On top of that, it made me realize that I wanted to help more people. Even if you could help one person, I encourage you all to do so because the reward is priceless. As a member of the football team, each year we host a pediatric cancer game to honor those who are battling cancer. During my junior year, I met a young man that changed my life. His courage and bravery impacted me more than he could know. After the game, I felt the need to reach out, and I wrote him a letter to let him know how much I admired him. While my own health issues do not compare, he was an inspiration to me when I suffered a season-ending injury. The following year, we met again on the field and he gave me a baseball hat. I wear it proudly and now it's prominently displayed in my room. My leadership class has also helped me grow into myself. My class throughout the years has supported me in my own cause of Huntington's disease. However, the leadership class specifically enabled me to get involved in other causes. One of the most important was serving homeless veterans in Nassau County. Throughout the event, we collected and distributed items at the Freeport Armory. As a result of this and other events, I was inspired last year to take part in the annual St. Baldrick's event and shave my head and support the cause and help fight childhood cancer. While I was initially nervous, it was one of the most rewarding experiences of my high school career because we are often all caught up in our appearance, but it's really on the inside that counts. Finally, high school is your chance to write your own story and make it unique. Each and every one of you has the power to change your high school in many ways and make an impact on your town and community. You may not think so, but you have the courage to do it. You will find your voice, get involved, and make a change. This is your time. Congratulations on your achievement and moving up to high school. I look forward to seeing you all. Even though I am graduating and going away to college, I will be back to visit. As I have learned from generations of family and now from myself, your high school experience will be forever a part of you and who you will become.
Faculty, staff, administrators, and fellow Legacy students. My name is Chloe Agostini, and today I have the pleasure of speaking to you on behalf of Team Legacy as we move up to high school. In September 2018, we began our middle school journey. I think it's pretty safe to say that we had no clue what we were in for. Some of us probably thought it would be a great place to make friends and socialize with new people from different schools. Others of us may have had fears of this big, scary school with crowded hallways and lockers that were impossible to open. With high hopes and big smiles, we walked through Grand Avenue's doors hoping it really was possible to get to each class in less than 4 minutes, and that once we got to that class, there would be at least a few familiar faces. We've all made great memories with friends and classmates throughout these past 2 years. Some of our greatest memories from Grand will always be the Olympics, pep rally, clubs, sports, school play, and the geography and spelling bees. The sports games allowed us the opportunity to represent our school both on and off the field, building our sense of community as we took on opponents from neighboring towns. In December, auditions were held for the spring musical. Although the performance was canceled, the memories and friendships made in rehearsals are unforgettable. In February's Grand Olympics, we all looked forward to competing against each other, and the moment the announcement was made of who the strongest team in the grade was. The different games against each other had our hearts racing, but the highlight was most definitely the TikTok battle. We all danced our hearts out to try and win. Sadly, we didn't, although in my book, we are almost definitely the winners. If sports and drama were not your thing, the many clubs at Grand gave you a chance to express yourself in many different ways. Although our middle school career did not have the ending we envisioned, this unique experience has given us all that we have accomplished over our last 2 years at Grand Avenue, all of the many memories and experiences that we have shared. Grand has taught us how to succeed and, more importantly, how to bounce back when we fail. We have been challenged to push ourselves out of our comfort zones to experience new things. We have been given the ability to look on the bright side and remain positive and optimistic when faced with the challenge, such as the COVID-19 pandemic. Grand has given us the chance to reinvent ourselves into the people we want to be, and the confidence to stand tall once we figure it out. Friendships is one of the greatest things Grand has given us. Although we are all going to different high schools next year, the friendships that we made are going to last a lifetime. Congratulations, Legacy. Good luck in high school.